As soon as I heard the balloon, I rushed over to help the Rook escort the president back to the plane.
Hold it!
The victim really didn't take part in your little plan then, did he?
Nope, we kept him in the dark on the details.
So he really thought the president was in danger? Wait, he must have noticed the shot came from right next to him.
Maybe he did. Guess we'll never know. Even if he did know it was a sham, he still had a job to do, still had to protect his king.
And he was able to make a judgment like that in a split second? Impressive. He really was as capable as they say.
Not so capable I couldn't read him like a book. I made it so he had no choice but to go along with our little performance.
Hold it!
Why do that? You and the president both knew the whole thing wasn't real.
It had to seem real. There were people everywhere. It's not a good look, right? Imagine someone spotted a man who'd just been shot at, hanging out of his plane sipping grape juice like he didn't have a care in the world. Still on the grape juice thing, huh?
What was the victim doing during all of this?
Who knows? I was in the safe room, like I said. Anyway. When I came out back, Rook was lying on the ground.
Hold it!
Where on the ground exactly?
Right where he is now, middle of the floor. The door of the outside was shut, though. Guess the bullet must have hit him right before he closed it. Thanks to his little blunder, my whole plan fell apart.
Mr. Nutt, you mustn't talk this way.
He may have kept you safe, Mr. President, but he ain't here to save your good name. I'd call that a dereliction of duty. What would you call it?
An honourable try, which is more than I'd give you. Which is more than what you'd give, I'd say.
Sorry, but that's just how it is.
Hold it!
Weren't you and Mr. Rook both carrying bulletproof attache cases?
Yeah, over and right after Rook spotted the laser set. We moved to covering positions using to shield the president.
So the bullet that hit Mr. Rook travelled through a gap in that defensive shield? Do you really believe Miss Lloyd to be that skilled as a marksman?
No, she wasn't aiming for the president. That makes her a lousy shot.
So it was pure coincidence Mr. Rook was hit. And the bullet simply happened to find its way past your attache cases and through the gap in his vest?
Seems crazy to me too, but the facts are the facts. It was a shot in a million, but the shooter hit the bullseye, and the proof is in your hands. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can. Fired twice.
Objection!
You contend it was you who shot the balloon and Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rook. Are you sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, what you propose would indeed match up with the total number of shots heard. The gun from the trash can itself has also been fired twice. Now, why would the supposed number of shots heard from this gun differ from the supposed number of spent rounds? It's simple, because it was planted by the real perp of the crime.
Somebody fake the evidence?
Yes, and think about it. The reason for doing so is obvious. To ensure whoever found the gun will conclude the shoot had been in the spectator area. In order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots came from the one weapon.
I get it. That's why he spent 2 rounds.
Precisely. As we've already proven, the bullets that burst the balloon came from a different weapon, which makes it entirely possible the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from his gun either.
Nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But why don't you get to the point? You've come this far and spin it out.
Oh, I intend to, don't worry.
Take that!
You, Mr. Knight, are the one who murdered Mr. Rook.
Oh, finally got up the courage to say it, huh?
Surely not. Surely you wouldn't have. It wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of the fake murder plot. You killed Mr. Rook, hoping he would look like an accidental victim of a bungled assassination. But the president locked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed. It was just you and Mr. Rook, alone, together. And that's when the third bullet was fired right into your colleague's body.
You're really gonna claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were heard. Wanna tell me how that works?
Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight. If you close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside, not even gunfire.
Wasn't the president right next door?
Very true, which means he may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President, I didn't hear anything. You can observe from this room for your security feed, can you not? Camera in this room isn't normally on. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe room.
That's what we did this time too, right?
Well, that is... What's gotten into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important.
Please, Mr. President Wang.
Fine, I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my ears.
Even though you knew the whole thing wasn't real?
Yes, I hate the sound of guns. The slightest hint of the awful noise, and oh, it's too much.
That there's sadder than a pot of overcooked crawfish.
Mr. Knight, you saw the President Wang was cowering beneath the bed? What's more, you knew from the monitor bank in the security camera room hadn't been switched on, which means you knew the circumstances were perfect for you to fire that third shot straight at Mr. Rook. Knight, how could you? You really betrayed your trust so horribly.
You think I killed the old half-wit? You don't trust me much, huh? This the things I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day?
I want to believe you, but...
I don't get it. I just don't get it. What's there to doubt here? Why don't you believe about the girl over there? Why don't you believe the girl over there could have done it?
No, because this gun isn't a murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired.
Yeah? How do you know there weren't a spent bullet from the start?
What?
Someone could have fired a bullet from the gun yesterday or the day before. Today, another bullet. The bullet that hit Rook. That's pure speculation, pal, and you know it. Maybe, but can you prove it's not true?
Not with any certainty, no.
You're nothing without conclusive proof, so come on. A single piece of evidence straight through my heart, I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for?
Ugh.
There must be something, mustn't there, Mr. Edgeworth? If we can't prove it, Tabby's... Please, Raffles. I messed up. I know I did. I should never have done what I did, not even for a scoop. But murder? That ain't me. There ain't a murderous bone in my body.
Conclusive proof. If only I could prove Knight's gun is the murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can. If we had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, forensics could tell us which gun it was fired from.
No proof, no case, and a conversation.
Hold it right there.
What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof?
Of course I do.
This ought to be good. Right, bring it on. Show me the proof of yours.
The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to ending our little game. My conclusive evidence is... not in my possession. Not currently in my possession.
Alright then, thanks for playing folks, but that's game over.
However, It is in this room.
What?
As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. Where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation. The bullet that took Mr. Rook's life found itself lodged in the vest. If the President hadn't been wearing the vest, things could have been a lot worse. We now know the so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The vest was prepped in advance, made it look like it had been hit by a bullet, which begs the question, where's the real bullet?
I like it. A twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on then, don't keep us in suspense.
Does any of the evidence point to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have ended up?
One monitor is missing, huh?
Take that!
There's something very clearly missing from this room.
Yeah, a prosecutor with some common sense.
Take a look at the bank of security monitors.
Oh,
I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There are screens here showing views all around the airplane, inside and out. The only external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. And that's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President?
there was. I have no idea what my plushie's doing there now, though.
It appears to be someone's vain attempt to hide what's obviously lacking. Where did it go and why? The why is easy enough to answer. It was struck by a bullet. If we were to believe the bullet in the vest was the real deal, anything that hinted at the existence of another bullet had been removed.
So where'd the missing monitor go?
Where indeed? I believe it must be hidden somewhere on this plane. After all, there wouldn't have been time to dispose of it outside the aircraft. Detective Gumshoe, conduct a search if you will.
Right away, sir. Mr. President, extraterritoriality, remember?
I have no objection to the search. Please go ahead. If it helps us discover the truth behind what happened to Rook, I'll not stand in your way.
What are you? You don't believe this? Rook this, Rook that. Don't you ever think of anybody else?
The search has been authorized, Detective, so if you wouldn't mind...
Sir, I found the monitor.
Sir, I found the monitor. Excellent work. Go ahead and extract the bullet.
Let's see. If I put my hand in here and just... Oh, come on, come out. Got it.
Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, there's no doubt about it. There you have it, Mr. Knight. The single piece of evidence you requested straight through your heart. Even you must now admit, if this bullet didn't come from the spectator area gun, Miss Lloyd cannot be Mr. Rook's killer. What? No pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullet for serrations and compare them with the gun we found.
Yes, sir. Get the evidence you need, you can count on it.
Alright, let's see what forensics has to say. Our findings are as follows, sir. The blood in the bullet is indeed that of the victim, proving it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. Secondly, we found Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun. Or if I handed all the evidence over to him. Now for the key part, the serrations. If they're not a match, Miss Lloyd's in the clear. Lastly, the serrations on the bullet are a match with this weapon. What? How can that be?
Saw that coming.
No way. Ah, come on.
There's no doubt about it, sir. This is the gun that fired the bullet. How?
Well, isn't that something? Conclusive proof that I was right. What's the matter? You didn't think you had me backed in a corner, did you? Guess you misread the board. Because the only one backed into the corner here is you. There's no denying it. Forensics proved the gun and the bullet are a match. The bullet that killed Mr. Rook was fired from the gun you found in the spectator area. Who pulled the trigger? It can't have been me. I was on stage, which leaves your little friend. The hack killed Rook. She's the murderer, and you just proved it. Your move, Edgeworth. Remember two things. Where you found the gun, and which gun the fatal bullet came from. Whichever way you look at it, I can't have been the shooter.
How did it come to this?
Me and the President, we admitted to faking the assassination attempt. Now it's your turn to admit something. Who the killer really is.
There's no way Tabby did it, is there?
Don't let him get to you, Kay. We just need to go over his statement again. There must be something further we can deduce from them.
Let's do this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
No, that's... What is it you said? The forensics would back you up? Ugh. How does it feel to be shot in the chest by your own conclusive proof, huh? Not so good, I imagine.
The bullet and the gun are a match, Mr. Edgeworth. That kind of has to mean Tabby pulled the trigger, no?
Even so, I simply can't accept that. So there's no denying the evidence?
There isn't. So what am I missing? If I assume Miss Lloyd to be innocent, the gun and the bullet shouldn't be a match. What is it, Kay?
I was just thinking, if the evidence points to something that doesn't seem possible, maybe there's something wrong with it?
You're asking me to call the evidence into question?
There's no way Tabby did this, right? If the evidence says she did, the problem must lie there.
You seem very sure about this.
Call it my great thief's intuition.
Intuition, huh? Still, she could be right. I simply don't believe Miss Lloyd to be a malicious liar, which means... as someone who believes that evidence is everything in court, the iron is not lost on me, but... if I were to call a piece of evidence into question, it would have to be... This part's called the grip. I've held a few guns in my time, but they've never felt quite right in my hand. This one's no exception.
I think I'm gonna have to bluff my way through this one, honestly.
What if there was something wrong with the bullet? Detective Gumshoe, you didn't do anything strange to the bullet when you recovered it, did you?
Strange like what, sir?
You didn't, step on it or anything?
How could you, sir? How could you even think something like that?
You didn't need to go full-throated on me, detective. We just found the bullet, and yes, the detective would have absolutely never done anything to it. In which case... if something untoward's going on here, it'd have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. After all, we just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we know Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun.
Ah, you're right.
Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt this gun's the weapon that was used in the crime. Which means it must belong to...
Take that!
The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. He switched them round. It has to be it.
Hold it! Objection!
No, you hold it. You're the one who proved this. Or are you saying the forensics was wrong?
The bullet had the victim's blood on it, which means it must be the one that took his life. It does seem to have been fired from the gun you found in the trash can.
Don't you just love this? Your face, Edgeworth, what a picture.
The man in dire straits, yes, well spotted you.
Let's just agree that these are the facts that they are and move on. The gun fired the fatal bullet.
Hold it!
Yes, so indeed.
Still can't bring yourself to admit the truth, huh? I get it. I was in your shoes a few minutes ago. Burned me up on the inside, you know. Made me really want to shoot someone. Sorry, it's no laughing matter, I know. But we both know who really did shoot someone, don't we?
Hold it!
What proof is there Miss Lloyd fired the gun?
What proof? How about the forensics you ordered? They didn't find no prints though, did they? Yeah, the only prints found it were yours, pal.
From when I confiscated the evidence,
Probably. Anyway, say it wasn't Miss Journalist. Who was it? Because it can't have been me. Your own investigation put the shoot at the spectator area, didn't it? They agree with me yet? All the evidence points in one direction.
Hold it!
that's not what I proved at all.
Oh yeah? What did it prove? Trying to make this... Still trying to make this about how I... Words. Get it out. Still trying to make this about how I fired the first shot? Sure, you proved that, and I admitted it. So what? You're forgetting you're here to do one thing and one thing only. Got that right. Got that right to uncover the truth. You think running your country's relationship with Zhang Fa's gonna do that? No, your job's to solve an attempted assassination, nothing else.
I'll decide what my job is, thank you very much. You don't get to tell me what to do.
Sure, let the trail go cold while you flip your wig over who gets to say what to who. Or you could finally do the right thing and admit that your little friend's guilty.
Never. You're the guilty one here, there's no doubt about it. The markings on the bullets are consistent with those left by the weapon into the trash can. If Mr. Nightwatch would tamper with the gun somehow, he could have only done it once and handed over the evidence, not a moment before.
Is there anything you can do, Mr. Edgeworth? There must be something.
Our reasoning thus far has been sound, I'm sure of it, which means we can overcome his defences this time as well.
Even with forensic results on his side?
If the testimony is untruthful, there's always a contradiction to be found. Let's listen to what he has to say for himself one more time.
Switch for the one found in the spectator area. There we go, this is the one.
Objection!
Admit it, you switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings match the weapon in question. It was yours all along.
An intriguing move there, Edgeworth. And...
You must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence. Well, I was busy trying to make the case for remaining on the investigation. You took the laser sight from the gun, found the trash can, and put it on your own. Then not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me instead of the one we found.
I did, huh? You think I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on the bullet sometime in the future?
Is that so strange? You're a chess player after all. A man well used to thinking several moves ahead.
I'm flattered, but as much as it pains me to admit, you're overestimating my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof I made the switch? The gun's the same model as mine. Weird, sure, but it's just a coincidence. And look, there's a laser sight attached. Also, take a look in the cylinder. 2 spent bullets. That's what we'd expect to see. So what proof do you have I switched the original gun out for mine, huh? None. That's what.
You say I'm overestimating your abilities? You surprise me.
What can I say? I'm a modest guy. More modest than you, that's for sure. Everywhere except the chessboard, that is.
I don't see a chessboard here, do you?
Shame. Still, I guess that gives you a nice excuse. I didn't mess up, I just didn't have the right evidence.
I don't think I'll be the one making excuses. Rather, I didn't mess up, they got lucky with the evidence. That'll be your excuse, I'd imagine.
Hold it!
A coincidence, you say?
Or was it a necessity? It can't be both, pal. Sure it can. We bodyguards need to protect the president. And the girl needed to use a gun, but she probably didn't know a whole lot about it. It's not so far-fetched to pick something she's heard that would also happen to be of use. Okay, but why a revolver? Why is that your go-to?
It's probably something to do with its ease of use. No spent casings to chase down, for example.
Exactly. The perfect tool for a job where you can't afford to fail or don't know what you're doing. Still, coincidence, necessity, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference either way.
Hold it!
Because you swapped it on there.
Put up or shut up, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence?
Well, that's...
Don't go making accusations you can't back up. Or did your daddy never teach you that? As it stands, the facts are in my favor here.
Hold it!
I didn't mean to ask, actually. What about your own weapon? How many spent bullets are in its cylinder?
The old girl here? Well now. I let loose a few rounds earlier, as you saw.
You realize he's gun every time he fires it?
Even if I were to tell you how many there were at the time, you'd have no way of verifying it.
Of course. In order to swap the guns properly, he had to maintain the right number of bullets per gun. He didn't have the chance to put on any gloves, though, which means...
I think it's about time you did the right thing and resigned, don't you? Game's all about done, see?
Objection!
I have your proof right here.
That's your proof. I think you've been working too hard, Edgeworth.
Not the gun itself, the evidence it carries. Evidence that will prove once and for all it does in fact belong to you.
I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead and make your move. What's about to come into play? The rook? The bishop? Not a pawn, surely.
The evidence the gun will provide is taken in the form of... the the markings left on the bullet. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think the cetaceans are... Please, I don't have to explain myself to you or anybody else,
Objection!
Detective. It might be a good idea. How the bullet markings make a point to me exactly, hmm? Do they spell out my name, maybe? You're a joke, Edgeworth, a total joke. Oh. His irritation's only ever tied a bullet to a gun. I need something that can tie Mr. Knight himself to the weapon used in the crime. Fingerprints? Fingerprints, them your fingerprints, Mr. Knight. My prints? Of course my prints are on the gun. You handed it right back to me when you gave up the evidence.
Objection!
What if I told you there were prints on the part of the gun where you shouldn't have touched it at any point? What? Where? You can't prove that. Oh, but I can. There's a place where your fingerprints could never have been left if things had happened as you say. Allow me to present the final piece of evidence that will bring our game to its rightful conclusion. This is a laser sight. While this is certainly true, it also increases... Why, was I wearing red, you mean? Exactly, how'd you guess? Grip, yes. Close the center detective, take bullets fired, yes. Where's the principal looking for, sir? You did indeed switch the guns when I handed you the evidence. If that were all you'd done, your deception would have been easily detected. Because the number of bullets fired by each gun was different. There were 2 spent bullets in the gun we found. Yeah, what about Mr. Knight's gun? We know he fired 2 bullets on the stage of the balloon. And he fired another bullet in Mr. Rook, ending his life. 3 bullets in total, plus a few odd ones he let loose and shot during our little game. After each shot, he reloaded his gun out of habit. With his bare hands, of course. Officer, well exactly where Mr. Knight's fingerprints found, the ones you mentioned in your report. Sir, they were found on the exterior of the weapon, but also on the bullets themselves. I'm not sure they could have gotten there just from handing you the evidence, Mr. Knight. That's... And there we have it. Proof you did indeed switch the guns. This gun, the one which fired the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, is yours. And in taking his life, you are the true assassin. I didn't. Checkmate. No! Idiot. I was gonna be the new chief of security. That blasted Rook. If it hadn't been for him, I would have been in charge by now. I would have been in control of the whole team. My plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless. Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir. Curse you, Edgeworth! Our game ain't over yet. I'm afraid this is as far as we go for today. The next moves we play will be in the courtroom. But it's not fair! It's not fair!
Mr. Edgeworth, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You exposed a murder within the ranks of my own personal guard. I'll not soon forget that.
He's suddenly very presidential again. Now we're back outside the plane.
I saw it, you know, when I first proposed a fake assassination to him. You want me to handle it, not Rook? Rook refused, but I can rely on you, can't I? Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the pawn he is. The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I wasn't entirely comfortable about moving forward with Nigel in charge of our little deception. Looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. I can't help but thinking I played a part in his decision to end Rook's life.
Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't plotted to fake an attempt on your life. That was your crime, and it is a crime you'll have to live with.
You're right. I can only apologise for the parts I played. I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. I'll be here in your country for a little while longer yet. When I've returned home, perhaps you'll visit us in Zengfar. You'll always be welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you don't know how grateful I am. All's well that ends well.
Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you will, of course, entirely groundless. The fact remains you are a willing participant in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak with you about the matter. You should be aware you may well be punished for your actions.
I know. I'm awful sorry about everything. Surely I am.
I understand your desire for a scoop, but there are limits.
There sure are. I got me some serious thinking to do. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was something else. Local prosecutor solves assassination conundrum as eternal gratitude of president. How's that for a headline? Hey, that there's my department. Mr. Prosecutor, how's it feel to solve such an important case? You must be over the moon.
She simply doesn't stay down for long. No comment.
Dang, you one top-lived son of a bitch.
Well, I should be. The case is not over yet.
It isn't. How come, sir?
Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never be completely over.
Oh, the killer.
Take that!
The killer's calling card?
Mr. DeKiller has yet to complete his assignment.
You mean you might still try to murder the president?
I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. As one would expect with the attempted assassination of the president, the case was all over the news, and my preparations for Mr. Knight's trial were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of the frenzy that followed, nobody noticed this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined.